Welcome to 5 Minute Mics with Finlos. Today I'm sharing the AEA KU5A for its use with vocal recording. It is an active supercardioid ribbon microphone, and of course, it's not the first directional ribbon mic ever made. Biodynamics still makes a few, most notably the M160, but this one is designed from the ground up to offer a controlled recording tool that picks up only what you want. Everything you are hearing, except for the comparisons later in the video, are recorded on the KU5A through the Rodecaster Pro 2 into Adobe Audition. Unlike most of my reviews where I tend to use them in their natural mode, I will use the high-pass filter present on the KU5A later in the video to demonstrate its effect on recording spoken word vocals. At the time of this recording, this mic retails for about $1,200 US. I'm going to pause to let that number sink in. This isn't a vintage Kohl's ribbon or an industry standard Neumann, but rather a small batch boutique item built with care, and so you will have to listen to as many samples as possible and decide if that, frankly, astronomical price is worth it to you. I love this mic, its design, and how it treats my voice, but I experience the same sticker shock every time I hear that figure. I think this is a good opportunity to discuss hobby collecting versus professional use. This microphone is designed for use in a studio or on stage to deliver full and warm audio. It is intended and capable of use in almost every circumstance for any instrument or vocal situation. Its aesthetic is reminiscent of the classic RCA ribbon mics it's modeled after, but modern in its technology and implementation. It is lovely to look at and satisfying to use. It invites and encourages creativity in a way that most other microphones do not. The KU5A makes me want to use it. But I am a one-person podcaster and will likely never push it to its fullest potential as far as range and tone. This is the reason why I don't own many other legacy-branded, luxe quality, or vintage mics, because honestly, I can create just as well without them given my use case. So beyond the pleasure of owning and collecting, it's not worth it most of the time, and even now I'm struggling with this mic. I love it, but I don't need it. This kind of equipment should be put to proper use. For my use, though, it speaks for itself. While not designed specifically as a vocal mic, it excels at it, and even for spoken word, which on a ribbon can sometimes sound overdark, boomy, sputtery, filled with plosives. Like most ribbon mics, it is smooth across the entire frequency range, and unlike many other ribbon mics, the KU5A offers a detailed high end that conveys articulate specificity without becoming grating or sibilant. The body of the mic is suspended on a yoke which offers some flexibility in rotation. The body itself uses an end-address design and extends back with a complicated baffle system, which works with the open ribs at the front to reflect or absorb sound coming from the side and rears. In this way, AEA is able to achieve the supercardioid pickup pattern by essentially deadening the back half of the natural figure-of-8 pattern of the ribbon motor. I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but I'll leave a deeper analysis for experts. For my voice, while the KU5A is in neutral mode without the high-pass filter engaged, I get the best results when I'm about 6 inches away from the end of the mic. This also allows me to easily direct my breath across the end of the mic and avoid most plosive popping. However, the EQ filter is very effective at reducing the proximity effect while maintaining a natural tone, and when it's active, as it is right now, I can inch a little closer to the mic and use a more controlled proximity effect to achieve a desirable tone. Both of these voicings are pleasant to listen to and offer distinct experiences. Emotionally, I want to say I prefer the neutral setting as it presents a fuller sound. Technically, however, I think the latter sound with the filter on, which I'm still presently using, sounds more clean. Still smooth, but without the underlying ribbon bass quality that occurs with many voices. Just as a note, I will keep the filter engaged for the remainder of this review. I think the KU5A may be my favorite mic to use. It is both vintage and modern, and has a sound to match that description. It is a beautiful piece of equipment, thoughtfully designed and versatile in application. If I have a complaint, as some other reviewers have stated, I wish the cable were not permanently attached. But I assume this is done to ensure the cleanest connection possible to the onboard transformer and provide a high-quality cable that resists RF interference. And of course, the $1,200 price tag puts this tool out of reach for most consumers. But for that money, you get a recording marvel with active electronics that provide ample output, a sturdy carry case, a built-in yoke, and tone for days. I may ultimately end up releasing this microphone back into the wild so that it can be put to better use than it will find in my tiny studio. but while it's here, I will be hard-pressed to use anything else. Just for a quick comparison, here is the KU5A side by side with the Lauten Audio LS-208 cardioid end-address large diaphragm condenser microphone. 'Twas a fit hour for parting, for athwart the leaden sky the heavy clouds came gathering and sailing gloomily. The earth was drunk with heaven's tears, and each moaning autumn breeze shook the burden of its weeping off the overladen trees. The waterfall rushed swollen down in the gloaming, still and gray, with a foam wreath on the angry brow of each wave that flashed away. My tears were mingling with the rain that fell so cold and fast, and my spirit felt thy low deep sigh through the wild and roaring blast. The beauty of the summer woods lay rustling round our feet, and all fair things had passed away. 'Twas an hour for parting meet. You can check out my affiliate links to purchase this mic or any of my gear, but I always recommend trying to find pre-owned equipment first. Check me out with this and all my other microphones on the Finlos Lives podcast at finloslives.com. I'd love to hear what you thought about the AEA KU5A or any of the mics featured in this video, so leave a comment below. If you appreciate this content, please be sure to like and subscribe. Be kind to your voice.